All right, let's go.
Brandon Johnson wants President Biden to issue more work permits for migrants.
Nearly 10,000 people are now living in Chicago shelters, and more than 38,000 have come to the city since the buses started arriving from the southern border. But as Christian Farr explains, the undocumented people who've been here even longer say they need help too.
What's going on?
We are in solidarity with our long-term migrants.
At the Chicago Urban League headquarters in Bronzeville,
my parents have also been living undocumented for the past 22 years.
A large group of community leaders joined Mayor Brandon Johnson in an effort to secure legal work permits for nearly 500,000 undocumented Chicago residents. Mariana Gutierrez has been undocumented since coming to the U.S.
Did y'all hear that? 500,000 migrants they trying to give work permits to? Man. Oh my God.
U.S. with her parents at 7 months old.
So I'm urging President Biden to use his executive power and grant my parents, and everyone else in our community work permits in order for us to work and have good paying jobs.
That was
Man, get up out of here with that mess, man. What are you talking about? You go demand that he gives you a work permit for good paying jobs? It's people going to school. All right, I'm supposed to let this play out. It's people going to school that are trying to get a good job as well. So y'all think y'all can push our way over here illegally and say, hey, we want work permits. We want to work and we want good jobs and we want to have good housings. Go ahead and run up them prepaid cards like they are out there in New York City. Let's get those too. Man, y'all just expecting to get everything. Man, y'all can't even come over here the right way, and then y'all want to get everything else the illegal way.
Was the message that everyone tried to deliver during this roundtable discussion. Securing work permits for the thousands of migrants who have come to Chicago since 2022 has been a core issue for many in recent months. But the undocumented who have been in Chicago for decades want the same consideration, and the mayor agrees.
We're going to continue to do our part, and as I lead in this moment, to know that there are a company of witnesses all over the country, and quite frankly all over the world, that are hopeful in this moment.
The mayor says he is sending a letter to President Biden to push for these work permits at the federal level, and his administration says support for this effort goes well beyond the city of Chicago.
We are sending it through the Cities for Action Network, and it will go to over 300 cities.
It's the deputy of the immigrant and refugee rights. You see, they are fighting for them. Y'all notice anything? They are fighting for them more than they fight for the homeless people that are in Chicago. Let's start there first. And they're fighting more for them than the black folks that are in Chicago. Y'all feel slapped in the face yet? Maybe not. Let her keep talking and then we'll get to the rest of it.
Asking them to sign on for these work permits.
The mayor says he's already received support for his letter from city leaders in New York, Seattle, Boston, and San Francisco. In Streeterville, Christian Farr, NBC5 News.
You can get anything from San Francisco. That place is ran like a hellhole. All right, let's get to it, man. So, Mayor Brandon Johnson, man. Well, let me not just say Mayor Brandon Johnson, because this is an entire agenda, okay? And this is the Democratic agenda. So, I know a lot of people probably want to, pinpoint it to just being political. Blah, blah, blah. It has everything to do with the Democratic side, for sure. Right? This is what they want. They want open borders. This is it, right? So those people that are coming to these council meetings and town hall meetings, the residents that are fuming and pissed that they have migrants in their schools, right? They're sleeping in the airports and in the police stations. They're now fed up because it's hitting them at home. So you know what this means now, right? This means that we can now finally, as black folks, vote different. We can now possibly vote different. Maybe think about why they care so much about the migrants than they care about us as just regular Americans. In general, they care more about the migrants than they care about the Americans. You got that? You got it, right? You know what I'm saying? You got it, right? They are trying to get them votes. Yes. We'll go get there, because that I already know that this is the plan next for the Democratic Party. is to get these migrant votes. But this is an agenda, guys. So the reason why, the media has been talking to y'all about, saying Trump is a racist and build the wall was such bad, it was such a bad propaganda thing, because they wanted you to let these migrants in, right? They wanted to distract you with this fake message and say, hey, he's the racist guy, but let's put the real racist in office who's been it's been apparent that he's said so many things about us as black folks since the 50s and the 60s. I think since the 60s. So come on now, like, this is the real racist that we put, or that y'all put in office. You feel what I'm saying? But anyways, that was Joe Biden. But off to Brandon Johnson. As nice as people talk, as nice as they are, it's always about what are they doing. And you see what he's doing. He wants to get them work permits so that they can start making money. Of course, who gets the benefit of that, right? The taxes are going to come to the city and to the county, and they got more people working, right? And it's for votes, just like B-Mac just said. Now you're bringing in more of migrants who are going to be a lot more accepting of the Democratic Party, because that's the party that let them in. Right? That same lady that was just there speaking, that said she was a dreamer, she came in because parents were undocumented and then had her as a kid here, so now she's a citizen. Like, this is ridiculous, man. And it's so blatant. Like, how do y'all not see this being a problem? The migrants are here. They're making sure they're comfortable. They want to give them work permits. They want to give them housing. They want to give them prepaid cards so they can eat. They want their children to go to your schools. How do y'all not see the play? What do they do for you? What is your government doing for you? They telling you to get your ass up and go to work. Get your ass up, go to school, get the student loans so you can pay back the federal government, so you can have a bill that you go pay for a very long time. Get yourself to work. Taxes come out of that, and that benefits the government. You see what I'm saying? But they say, migrants, come on in, migrants. We're going to give you everything y'all need. Whatever y'all need, don't worry about it. We got y'all. We'll get y'all nice and settled in here, even though y'all broke in the front door. This is the Democratic agenda. So just pay attention. Just pay attention. It seems like we got some people in Chicago that are finally starting to pay attention to what's going on, and now they're getting pissed off about what they see here, right? You see them getting pissed off at Tiffany Dalton. I keep calling her Tiffany Dalton. At Tiffany Henyard down there in Dalton, right? Because y'all finally starting to realize, hold on a minute. So that's what we're starting to see. So Mayor Brandon Johnson is doing exactly what the Democrats want him to do. And if you notice, Eric Adams is doing the same thing. He's following suit. They're all blaming the federal government for whatever it is that they're saying that they're not helping with, but it's all a big play, right? It's all a play. So that's all I got to say about that. That's Mayor Brandon Johnson, and I'm going to get him up off the screen. All right. I want to get to this now that I'm warmed up.